In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide to Retell AI without any fluff. We'll straight jump into building stuff so you can look at it from a practical perspective rather than just going into theories, because I've been working with AI voice agents and building these for clients, charging around 7,000, 10,000. It depends. And I have understand that theory does not help when you actually start building. There are different scenarios that come into play. So with that said, and keeping that in mind, let's first look into a demo so you can have an understanding what you will get at the end of the video. Let's first look into my screen. So here, as you can see, we'll first build the AI agent itself. On Retell AI, I'll go over the dashboard and everything. And don't worry, we'll do this from scratch because this is the future me for the introduction. And yeah, we'll do everything. We'll buy phone numbers, whatnot, and then we will connect it to a CRM, in this case, GoHighLevel CRM. Reason being, we will get the data from Retell AI to GoHighLevel CRM. And then we will process the data. We will have a dashboard where we can look everything, and we will call the AI agent once again. So we will call the AI agent twice because this AI agent also have the functionality where it can get the data from GoHighLevel and it can check if the caller has already called. And if they have already called, the AI will start the conversation from where it was left off in the previous conversation. So yeah, I know it's a bit complicated. It will require three different platforms: Retell AI, GoHighLevel, and N10. But the reason I have included all these three platforms is to give you a very vast range of tools that you can use with your AI voice agent, so you can practically do more work, and whatever type of client you get, you can work with them, because this will cover all the basic um theories, and then actually implementing it practically, you will understand how to apply those theories as well. So here we go. We'll start with the demo. I'm going to call the AI agent, and on the screen, as you can see, this is in test. So the workflows in GoHighLevel are live, but the workflow here is in test mode. So I'm just going to execute this. I'm going to call the AI agent.
Paid kilometer team. Let's start with your full name. Who am I speaking to?
You're speaking with Fahad Rahman.
Nice to meet you, Fahad. Look, rather than just bombard you with details to see if this plan is actually a good fit for you, mind if I ask a few quick questions about the way you drive?
Yeah, sure.
Righto, so first up, how many days a week are you out on the road for rideshare?
I'm out on the road like 5 days. Hey, to be honest, I have to go. I'll catch you back. So to explain you what happened is, I got the AI here. I ran this scenario, and you might be wondering, it didn't go to the respond to webhook. Reason being, it couldn't find the user in the database. Now, if I search myself or refresh this page, now I will exist in the database because the call has concluded, and I will get the data back from Retell AI to GoHighLevel. Let's see the data and how it looks. So as you can see, here I am, and we got the first name, last name. We got this is the most important thing, call notes. So now we know where the call was ended. Now I'm going to call the AI agent once again. I'm going to execute this workflow and call the AI once again, and it should pick up from where we left.
One. G'day, Fahad. It's great to catch up with you again. Last time we spoke, we were chatting about your driving plan, and I wanted to continue from there. How many days a week are you usually out on the road for rideshare?
Yeah, like 5 days.
Got it, Fahad. 5 days a week.
So I think you got the point. Now that was the demo. Let's start building this. Okay, so from the demo, you have seen this is going to be a very practical video, and we are not going to waste any time on theories. We are going to build a very real life thing that I have already built for one of my clients. I'm gonna just add a bit more complexity to it to show you what are the capabilities. So the platforms that we are going to use: first, Retell. Of course, this is a video on Retell, and the second tool will be GoHighLevel CRM. So I can show you that you can also connect this very well with some kind of CRM, and then we are going to use an automation platform, that is N8N, to show you the capabilities that you can extend if you have even more complex tasks. So we are going to use an example for this. So I think let's just try to first visualize what are we trying to build, or what is this example is going to be about. So we are going to actually build with an example. So I had a very recent client. What he want? An inbound AI voice agent. First thing, this AI voice agent is going to be inbound AI voice, right? So people are going to call us, right? For this, we are just going to buy a phone number from inside of retail. We don't need to import a phone number from Tulia or something. Reason being, we don't need to control the quality of the phone number because people are going to call. And yeah, when you are calling someone, then the quality of phone number is very important, because if you're calling someone and your phone number shows up as spam, no one is going to pick up the phone call. Whether your AI voice agent is the best AI voice agent in the world, it will not matter. So this is an inbound AI voice agent. Now, after the call is going to get picked up, the AI is going to try to qualify. And this qualification process we are going to do right inside Retell AI. We don't need to do or connect to any other thing. Now, it will then send the data back to a CRM. In this case, we are going to use GoHighLevel. It's a CRM software, pretty good CRM software, especially for AI agencies. I run my entire AI agency on that software. Now, so here with this CRM, it should have a capability of interacting with APIs and webhooks, so that we can have an interaction with Retell AI, the AI voice agent that we are going to create on Retell AI. We're gonna have to have some kind of interaction. So that's why you're gonna have to choose a CRM that is, can go back and forth. Now there will be some complex system or some complex task. For that we are going to use n8n. I'm just gonna explain it very simply. What this client also wanted was, for example, these people who are calling, they call once. Sometimes what happened, due to some reason, in real life, the call gets cut off, right? And the person calls again. So for example, there is one lead or a person, they called Retell AI or the agent we created on Retell AI. Now, for some reason, the call got cut. This person will call them again. Now, ideally, if it's a human, it will remember what happened. For that, we are going to do this. We are going to send the call summary back to CRM, and here we will actually store it somewhere in the CRM. We have place to store. It will be a very simple summary, not too much fancy. Now, for example, this person called, and the second time it calls, we want automatically this agent to send a request to the CRM and get back the data whether this person has already called or not. If they have called already, with the data, we also want to get the call summary so the AI can start from where it left off. You get my point? So it will seem more natural, it will seem more human, because the AI will say something along the line, "Oh, yeah, we had a conversation yesterday. How are you doing? We went through this, and now we wanna continue from XYZ." So for that, actually, we cannot do in GoHighLevel CRM, because we can send a webhook request to GoHighLevel, but we cannot respond to the webhook request. For that, we are going to use N8N. That will bridge that webhook response gap for us. Now, yeah, I think this is pretty good understanding for the start. Now let's go into Retell, and we will create everything simultaneously. It's not like we are going to first finish off the AI voice agent on Retell and then go to GoHighLevel and completely build everything there. We are going to just simultaneously create everything and while connecting everything. So first start off with Retell. Here you can see the dashboard. I'm just gonna give an overview as well. Here you create agents. Here you have the knowledge base. Then you can buy a phone number directly from inside Retell. You can also do batch calling. But then if you are doing batch calling, you need to have some kind of interaction with your database, so that all the data you are getting, you can send it back and have like look at it and have a real life case scenario use of the data. Because if you just launch the batch calling from here, you always gonna have to go here and then manually check in the call history what happened, what didn't happen. So you can see any kind of automation tool like N8N or a CRM that also have automation capability will come into play here, right? So yeah, you have APIs, webhooks that we will use, and practically we will see how we are going to use them. So AI agents first. um, when you create a new AI agent, this is what it will look like. It will be completely blank. There will be nothing. And yeah, we are going to basically have it where it is simple enough for you to understand, but it is also complex enough to take complicated tasks that we give to it. Now, for here, First off, let's start with the model you will choose. The best model, in my opinion, right now, even we have access to 4.1, is 4.0, right? A quick tip. Sometimes you are just trying to make the AI voice agent work and it's not working. And if you are using a model that is inferior, right? For example, you are using 4.0 mini, just try to switch the model to 4.0, the higher model, and most of the time your problems or something are going to get resolved. This is the first thing. The voice is literally on you. For the model, one more thing you can select is the temperature. So basically what you want, if you think your clients or your lead is going to call your AI agent again and again, you know, if they are going to call again and again the same person, then you want to have some temperature to the LLM as well, so that it generates a different response every time. But if you are using this and one person who is going to call, it will be the one time they are going to call, and maybe they are not going to call ever again. And you just have a process that they go through. It's very formal. Then keeping the temperature as low as possible is the best thing, because if they are not going to have conversation again and again, they will not realize it's an AI. In case you are like, you don't want to tell your leads that it's an AI. Now for the voice, I like to increase the voice temperature just so slightly. It's like 1.1. Keep the voice volume and speed as it is. It sounds very natural. Now for the 11 labs model, if you're just using in English, try to use the this one, Turbo V2. That's the one that gives the best result. Again, if you know 100% your clients or leads are only going to speak in English, just keep it in English. If you will do it multilingual, let's see what happens. If you do it multilingual, you can see the latency increased, and we don't want that. If there is a use of multilingual, then obviously choose multilingual. But if there is no use there, then it's very unnecessary to increase the latency here. You can see the cost and everything, but now let's actually start building it. So my client, he has a car rental business. So let's give it a role. Mhm. AI, or let's say inbound qualifying receptionist for a Tesla uh, rental company. Okay, so yeah, try to just keep the context as low as possible. You don't have to give too much to the agent for it to work. You know, they are all connected to big large language models that are capable enough to now, especially now, to understand the context that we are trying to build the AI voice agent for. So inbound qualifying receptionist for Tesla car rental company. We'll get to the specifics later when we will use some things, but in a way, if you will talk to it, it will be able to hold a conversation, especially if someone is having a conversation first time. And yeah, you won't go wrong with having less uh, tokens in your system prompt. You don't need to have a lot of things here. So now it's a qualifying agent, right? So we can do something like steps, right? So step one is going to be something like um, greet the user. Again, I'll come back to the point of giving your AI voice agent all the examples and everything. You don't want to leave things on your AI. You want to give it examples. You want to, if you have a structure, the way your calls go through, you need to give that structure. You don't want the AI to do guesswork for you. If you have things that are already working, just give it to them, because the AI doesn't have all the context of your business. So the more narrow instruction you give and specific instruction you give for that specific job, it will be the best thing. So I would recommend in the step, after mentioning the steps of, for example, first step would be greet the user. You also like with an example, give the script as well that it should follow. So script for this first step will be thank you for calling. And whenever you are trying to basically build these things, if you have any kind of repetitive process, just try to standardize it. So for example, what I mean is I have an agent. Basically, it's an agent that writes the entire prompt for my agent, and then I just reiterate over it to make it like how I exactly want. But it does the 90% of the job, and then I go in and do the 10% of the magic that actually makes it work. So this is the agent I have. Like, it's available inside of my community, but in this video I'm not going to use the agent. I'm going to show you what kind of result it generates. So generate a prompt for an inbound AI voice agent for a Tesla car rental company in Australia whose job is to qualify um, callers with specific questions. So if I give the specific questions as well, it will just put everything neatly. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just showing how to standardize thing, or how to reduce the reiterative things, and then your 0 to 1 for any agent will just increase, the speed will increase. And a lot of people say this: if you can go from 0 to 1, then after that everything becomes very easy. So as you can see, complete AI agent prompt with everything that I need, and then I can change bits and pieces here. But I'm gonna write the entire prompt from scratch because yeah, why not? So but what I'm gonna do is, this is the script I got from my client, and I'm gonna use it to write this thing. So I will have the core value, or the core job of this AI agent, right? The way my client wanted it. And yeah, so we have given it enough context that it's a qualifying agent. Now we'll move to the steps. Knowledge base and everything, let's just remove it. Yeah, conversation flow, this is what we are going to. Example dialogue, yeah. So script, dialogue, whatever you want, but I think we are just going to use dialogue, because yeah, dialogue is like more, it sounds more clear that you need to say this. So I'm just gonna use this. As you can see, it says G-Day, which is like Australian, like it is like Australian slang. So yeah, greet the user, then it will just ask the name, and once it asks the name, then we will have this time tracking thing is, yeah, end break. Okay, so we see we have the first and the second thing. Yeah, second thing will be this. Second thing is going to be after we greet the user, um, start asking questions. So yeah, here the dialogue will be ask you some question. Always your AI agent's script or whatever it is, end it with a question. You see, when you are talking to someone, you will end it with a question, they will reply. If you just stop the conversation out of nowhere, it will seem weird. And in my like working with AI voice agent for so long, I have seen this to work pretty well. So every script, every dialogue should end with a question. So the first one is done. Now, I think what we are going to do. Okay, so bombard with, and if they agree, so we are just going to start asking questions. So these are the questions. I'm not gonna take all the ones. We are just going to keep it short, and yeah, because this is okay. So the third one is going to be this particular question, and like these things are unnecessary. You can have it, but it's just not very necessary. Actually, my client was trying to build the agent himself. He did a pretty good job, but there are some things that we can definitely remove. See, here we can make it as fourth, and then here we can, okay, sorry, remove the example dialog action. Okay, I think these questions are enough, at least for this example. Now not found. Okay, check it later on. Save. Okay, so read the user, start asking questions. First question, second question, third question, and then to straight we will jump to the last thing. Because this is quite a long deposit. Yeah, we will just end the call after this, after asking this question, the last one. And yeah, here is the last state and state and the call politely. Example dialog. Okay, this looks good. Now we are going to definitely try it as well. Let me think. All right, so I just added one more thing. It's here, like the asking the current cost from the caller. So I think this looks pretty good. Yeah, let's just have it. AI speaks first and dynamic message. Whenever you select dynamic message, whatever you will have as the first one, it's just going to say that. It's not gonna like say something completely random unless you go here and increase the LLM temperature. Yeah, this is quite good. Okay, let's just add one function. Here there are pre-built function. All you have to do to use this function is just select them, save them, and then to saving, you will just go down here and you will just write something like this. I hope you guys can see call and call function. Just that. Very simple. We are going to do some complex function task later, but yeah, let's just listen to how she's speaking. And yeah,
G'day, you've reached the prepaid kilometer team. Let's start with your full name. Who am I speaking to?
you're speaking with Fahad.
Great to meet you, Fahad. Look, rather than just bombard you with details to see if this plan is actually a good fit for you, mind if I ask a few quick questions about the way you drive?
Yeah, sure.
Right on. So, first up, how many days a week are you out on the road for rideshare?
5 days.
Got it, Fahad. And ballpark, how many kilometers do you?
I think it sounds pretty good, and also you can see that it's saying us and ums. And to make it very consistent, again, I will go back to this thing I said. If people are going to just call one time, make it very consistent. Just include the us and ums yourself in the script itself, and it will say it, and it will seem more natural. A lot of people told me like how your AI sounds. I don't know. There is something that makes it sound very natural. I just say use filler words. Human says a lot of filler words, and that what makes it seem even more natural. So the AI here, at least the sound is down. Okay. Now what we want ideally for this call, whenever this call is happening, for the data to get back somewhere, some kind of database. Maybe you can connect n8n to a Google Sheet, but in this case, we are going to use a CRM. It's going to be GoHighLevel, and this makes everything very easy. Now, what we want to do is get the data back. So you're going to go to automations in GoHighLevel CRM. Links and everything will be in description. They are affiliate link. If you want to use. If not, don't. Now, here I'm just gonna create from scratch everything. This is a CRM that allows you to do automations and very powerful automations. My whole AI agency runs on this platform. Yeah, I do supplement N8N now and then, but this is the core of my AI agency. And this month we literally did, alhamdulillah, the first time we did more than $10,000, around 11,000 something. I'm gonna have to calculate, but yeah, yeah, this is the core platform that I pay for. Use it because you can white label it, you can resell it. There are a lot of different things. Like basically, my thought for my AI agency is, first I'm gonna have it where I'm servicing clients, and once I have more client, I'm gonna have them subscribe to my software. And instead of building my software from scratch, there is a software like GoHighLevel is a $1 billion company, and their white labeling service is very good. You just pay once and you can sell to thousands of clients uh, just by white labeling and yeah, just paying once and you can sell to thousands. So I really like that. And they are $1 billion companies, so they take care of all the bugs and everything, whatever happens with software, they take care of it. Yeah, and that's why I like using it. I'm just gonna tell you guys as well. If you want, why not? If you don't want, yeah, no pressure. But this is where we are going to get our data, and this is the CRM where we are going to store our data, because it's very convenient for me. Like my client also use it, that's why I set it up for them pretty easily. And the thing with this is visuals, so they can go to the dashboard and they can see everything visually, what's happening. Because you can go to a client and say, okay, this is my workflow, this is generating me this, but when you cannot show things to them visually, they won't be able to buy from you. It's really hard. You need to make things very simple for them. If your service is simple for you to understand, doesn't mean everyone will understand it. So here, now we have to connect it to some kind of database. I'm gonna choose GoHighLevel. So we created a workflow, and here we are just going to add inbound webhook. Here I'm gonna copy this, go back to my retail agent, and where it says webhook setting, I'm gonna just paste it. Now what we are going to get is all the data back from this AI agent. So whatever we had conversation with, the phone number and everything. Now let's go back to retail and actually buy a phone number, or I'm going to show you how you can buy. I might not buy because I already have a phone number. Why I'm doing this using a phone number? Now I can test it right here. If I test it right here, all the data that will come back to GoHighLevel, that data will not have the properties that a real phone call will have. For example, the to phone number, the from phone number, because this call happened in a test scenario, right? So it will have the data from a test scenario. So always when you are building something for real project, test it or use phone numbers for specific things that require using a phone number. Here I have a phone number that I bought from inside of Retell AI. Now this is an inbound agent, so I'm going to dedicate that particular agent that we created to this. We are also going to use this, add an inbound webhook where we are actually going to connect it with N8N. But yeah, for now, let's just not put too much thought about to that. But yeah, now I'm going to call that AI agent, trigger the webhook response, and that will send data from here back to GoHighLevel. So I'm gonna pause the video and do it quickly, so you guys don't waste time. Okay, I made the phone call. Since we have this webhook URL here and our endpoint is here, we should get some data right here. So okay, we did get some data. Now you see we got 3 responses. I'll open them one by one to show you which you need to use. Here it says event and it says call started. The next one will be something along the line like call. Okay, this is call ended, but you want not even this one, but this one which says call analyzed. Why we want to waste the connection and the token and whatever is used in the call started thing, because it will not have all the data that we need. It's all about data and how you are using it. Here you can see it just sent very specific data that the call has started, is ongoing, and that's it. Since we want to have this function like do the action at the end of the call. We only want to send the data after the call has actually ended. Yeah, because there is no point in sending the data, or at least processing the data that has been sent at the very beginning of the call. So the one we are going to select is this one, call analyzed. And after that we are going to filter it out. Now don't think just because I'm doing this in GoHighLevel platform, you don't have to do it N10. For example, if you do this in N10 as well, um, you're still gonna have to filter those things out. Okay, here in GoHighLevel, let's just create how we will create the contact. So by phone number, phone, this select the tag icon, inbound webhook that we got from the actual inbound webhook, call, and then you scroll down and you can see now you are getting a phone call from a lead, and that's the phone number that you are going to use to save that lead. So you're going to use from number. You're getting, if you are doing outbound, you will use to number. So let's just save this. So we'll get the data, we'll create a contact. Now before creating a contact, what we want to do, we want to filter out. Filter, it's like if else. So what we are going to do, if the inbound webhook trigger event is call, and I'm just gonna make sure what's the spelling of call analyzed there. Did they use S or Z? Okay, I'm just gonna copy from here, event. I'm gonna go to the condition. We are just seeing whether the call has been analyzed or not. We only let the calls that have been analyzed pass through. So okay, we are only letting, because it will unnecessarily try to create 3 contacts, and it will just waste all right. Okay, okay, so here, all right, so after creating the contact, what do you want to do? Okay, so GoHighLevel will automatically only create the contacts that does not exist. If they do exist, it will not create a contact, it will just update the contact. So uh, data, data from Retell AI agent, right? Okay, so this is done. I think we just need to create contact. Okay, we also need their name, right? So we are going to do one more thing. So this is really cool. I think you guys can appreciate. We are not adding stuff to this unnecessarily. Now we are going to add a post call analysis. Why? You can see we need the name of the caller as well, because they are calling and we don't know anything about this, about them. So this is an inbound call. What we are going to do, on post call analysis, we are going to add a text, and here we are going to say uh, user name, the name of the user slash, you can also say prospect slash um, caller that has called us, the name. Okay, and add some examples. It's really good. So example will be, you can add your own name, you know, um right. So and what shall right. So yeah, we have who has called us. Sorry for the grammatical mistake. Okay, now we have post call analysis data as well. Now we are going to, again, I'm gonna quickly do a call again, because I'm gonna change the data I'm getting here to the one that also consists of this thing right here, the username. I'm gonna show you. First I'm gonna show you how here we have data, so you can appreciate the fact how the data changes based on what changes you make on the UI. The backend data and everything changes as well. So let's use this, I'm not going to change it, but in inbound webhook, as you can see, there's call, and we are adding this to call analysis. As you can see, if I click on call analysis, these are all the data that we get from Retell AI without like adding it. When I now, since I have added this, it is, since I have added this post call analysis, we are also going to get some custom analysis data, which is here. Now you can see it is empty. You don't have anything. Okay, it just unnecessarily I added it. Sorry, I'm gonna remove that. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna make the phone call in front of you guys so you can see. For example, now we wanna get the name back, so we wanna talk to the agent until it reaches that part of getting the name. You know, so I think we have, okay, in the first line we are getting the name. So
One. G'day, you've reached the prepaid kilometer team. Let's start with your full name. Who am I speaking to?
you are speaking with Fahad Rahman.
Great to meet you, Fahad Rahman. Look, rather than just
Okay, now end the call. That's all we need. We are not going to waste unnecessarily on token. Again, we'll save money and save time. Now we'll go back here, click on inbound webhook. This is like live. It will always receive data, right? Now you're gonna have to find it, it's going to be the latest one here. Okay, so this, as you can see, now it's a call analyze, it's the latest one. Is if I go down and you can see here, it says custom analysis data, username Fahad Rahman. It got my name correctly. Sometimes these agents like they miss the name. Yeah, I saved it. The condition will remain the same. Here, when we are going to create the contact, we'll also update their full name, and the full name is going to be inbound call um, dynamic variable. It's call analysis. As you can see, I'm gonna just zoom so you guys can see clearly. Call analysis. Now we have something inside call analysis data, and that is username. So now we got the name as well. This is quite good. This is quite good. When they are going to call us once again, we will be able to say, all right, cool, the AI agent will know whether they had a conversation with them or not. So now what else do we want? We have the qualifying questions, we have everything. Now I would highly suggest the qualifying thing you do it in the script. So for example, if the AI agent needs to end the call based on what they said, for example, you have like certain things that they need to answer for the questions. If the answer is wrong, then the AI agent will politely end the call. You need to include that in the script. Now I'm going to show that as well. Don't try to make the qualifying process even complicated, because I have seen a lot of people, what they do is after the AI calls everything, then they send the data back to n8n or something, and to an AI, and that AI decides whether the call was qualified or not. That's, I think it's very like unnecessary. um, it's very unnecessary. It will increase the cost. Like OpenAI tokens for the good models like 4.1 and 4.5, the price is very high. So if the AI agent can do it right here, we will have it do it right here. Now we are going to add it. You might be seeing this consistent notion that I'm trying to uh, install in you guys, is that don't add stuff unnecessarily. Now my client has said they want to do qualification. uh, we wanna make sure that the qualification thing happens. Now I have this, and we can add them as rules. So core rules and constraint. Okay, so now what we are going to do, I'm going to add it and explain as well. So these are the rules the AI needs to adhere to. So you must, without exception, qualification gate, a driver is only qualified if they meet all the criteria. First criteria is has an license, is willing to pay. Failure to qualify, state redirect. I think we don't have state redirect, so we are going to find it. State redirect, find that. Okay, Let's see. Straight redirect. Okay. So we have mentioned if anything is like, if they fail, if there is a failure in the response and they don't qualify, move to the state redirect. State redirect is basically we are politely going to tell them, okay, we won't be able to work with you, or we are not ready to give you our car. Action, move to state end. I think I'll keep this transition action, like we can have it. Okay, it's not going to make or break the token usage, so I'm gonna just have it there. Okay, so this is pretty much it. This is literally it. The agent is done. How many tokens are we using? Like 500 to 600 tokens. um, it will be more efficient. The AI will not hallucinate. There are very less chances of AI being, not doing the work it is supposed to do. And we are not even adding any knowledge base. Knowledge base is very simple. That's why I'm not going to show you guys how to do it, because it's literally the way you add knowledge base. You can connect website, you can have a Google Doc or Word doc, and then you just need to add. You just need to click some buttons. That's it. Creation of knowledge base, always have it in Markdown language, because that's very easy for the AI to understand. So yeah, just have it in Markdown language. The In this case, we don't even need knowledge base. Most of the case, you won't need knowledge base. Yeah, because we don't want AI to have things that is doing for relationship. What I mean is, we don't want AI to form relationship with humans. We don't want to give that task to an AI, especially an AI voice. We want to give it the task of one-off things. So maybe doing cold calls, maybe taking inbound customer service, those kind of things. And in every business, you always know these things are very common. Always have them in the system prompt, and then when it's very necessary, add a knowledge base, because the knowledge base just it basically slows down. It increases the latency, and yeah, yeah, that's the thing I can suggest you guys. So this is completely done. Now, when I'm gonna call, let me first delete myself from the contacts. So used this phone number to call, and I'm gonna find myself. Okay, I I already saved that number as AI Gate. I think I was using testing it for some of one of my client. Yeah, I do remember one of my client asked me to name the AI as Kate. So yeah, we are going to do um, a new test and see the capabilities. Okay, we are going to do one more thing. Yeah, now I remember this. We are getting the call summary, because when we were going through this Miro board, we also said we need to have this AI agent memory. So let's just add that as well. Okay, for memory, we don't even need to add anything. We will just use the summary that we get. So go to the, you know, workflow. Here, after creating the contact, we will add add to notes. Can we send the notes back? It will be better to create our own field. Okay. In GoHighLevel, there is a feature that you can use to actually create custom fields. So what custom fields mean? First, let me show you what, like, simply how a contact looks like or is inside of GoHighLevel. So if I open this contact, you can see there is all these fields: first name, last name, email, phone number, whatnot. Okay, I have already added. So AI call notes. No, we can use this definitely. Let me see if I have added history. So this AI call notes, we are going to use this as the history of the conversation. How you add this in GoHighLevel? Pretty simple. You go to settings, you click on custom fields. Once you are in the custom fields section, Once you are here, you can just add a field. So add field, single line, or this needs to be multi-line, and then just maybe call history, right? And you add that, and done. It's pretty much done. Yeah, you save it, and you will have a new like box where you can enter specific details, just like this one. First name, last name. Yeah, AI call notes. I've already added, so I'm not gonna add a new one. This is like multi-line there, so I can do this. AI call notes. So here, when we are creating the contact, let's just add summary to the AI call notes. Here, you're going to add inbound variable call. Scroll down, and you're going to see call analysis. Then, not custom analysis. We want the call summary, basic. You're not doing anything fancy. You can add it in notes as well. So add to notes. This is like something inbuilt. So yeah, if you want, you can. I'm just gonna add it to the notes section as well. So for example, if some of my team members are seeing, they don't like really know, I have created this custom section. So if they open the note section, the inbuilt note section, they will be able to see the call summary there as well for this particular contact. Now, okay, this is done. Let's have one test call and see how the data is coming through, whether it's creating an agent and all the things are happening or not. Just to make sure that the phone number is not in our database, I'm gonna search that phone number up. Yes, as you can see, we are just going to call the AI agent and it will do all the tasks. Let's see.
One. Today you've reached
Hey,
the prepaid kilometer team. Let's start with your full name. Who am I speaking to?
you're speaking with Fahad Rahman.
Nice to meet you, Fahad. Look, rather than just bombard you with details to see if this plan is actually a good fit for you, mind if I ask a few quick questions about the way you drive?
Yeah, sure.
Righto. So first up, how many days a week are you out on the road for rideshare?
I am right like 5 days.
Got it. 5 days a week. And ballpark, how many kilometers do you reckon that would be on a busy week?
I don't know, 2,000 kilometers. You know what? I have to go, so I'll call you later. Okay. Now just search that contact up. All right. So I said my name is Fahad. Let's just search that up. As you can see, it very perfectly took my name. I'm a bit surprised because sometimes, especially English AI voice agents, they uh, okay. So I have removed myself as a contact because I saw that I am already inside my GoHighLevel as a contact because I was doing some testing. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna call the agent and it will save my contact under the phone number that I have called from. So it's not gonna use this phone number. It's a bit complicated, but yeah, it's for just for testing. So what we wanna do is how it is uh, moving the data. So let's see.
One. G'day, you've reached the prepaid kilometer team. Let's start with your full name. Who am I speaking to?
My name is Fahad Rahman.
Cheers, Fahad. Look, rather than just bombard you with details to see if this plan is actually a good fit for you, mind if I ask a few quick questions about the way you drive?
Yeah, sure.
Righto. So first up, how many days a week are you out on the road for rideshare?
I am 5 days. Hey, you know what? I have to go. So yeah, I'll call you back later. If you go back here, we should see my name. Let's see. It did add. Let's check it here. Did remove myself. Okay. Maybe we need to refresh it. Let's see. Mhm. All right, it added me, my entire name, and you can see here in the summary, Fatima contacted the team to inquire about a plan suitable for his. After the agent began asking question about. Okay, now we are going to use this as the call history, right? So now, okay, this was pretty successful. Now what we are saying, if someone calls and the call gets cut, you know, someone called the AI voice agent and for some reason the call gets cut, they call back again, they call back again one more time. Now the AI needs to have call history so that it can start off from where the call was left off. So the call was left off, but the call was cut out short as, okay. So we're gonna have to send this back as call history. So first we are going to go to our Retell AI agent. Now we are going to use something called as dynamic variable. I'll show you that now we are going to use this, the dynamic variable thing, not all of them, but yeah, here, give the dynamic variable. In this, we wanna give user history. Sorry, history, right? So dynamic variable, I'm going to make this as well. User history is going to be user history, or depending on how we are sending the data back, history. Use the history, use the user's call history with you to start the conversation from where it was left off. Okay, okay, history to start. Why I wrote without, pretty weird. Now let me think. Okay, now it's going to get a bit complicated, but once you will learn, it will be with you for all your life. So it's a very cool thing. Now we are going to go here and we are going to use something called as inbound webhook, right? Here, what we want to do is we want to, as soon as the call starts, it, even this will happen in milliseconds. So as soon as someone calls the agent, within milliseconds, we want to do all these things. Now we are going to use the platform N8N. So I hope you guys know how to use it. So here we are going to use something called as webhook. We are going to get something. Here there is method will be post, and here inbound webhook URL. So I get this URL. Basically, we are sending some data. Right when the call starts, we are sending that data to the AI. Okay. Uh, to the N8N workflow. Sorry. Now let me just listen and let me just make a call to this AI agent to make sure that we are actually getting some kind of data back. We need to make this sure. So go here again, call the agent. We are just going to call. We are not, maybe, yeah, we are not going to mention our name.
One. Today you've reached the prepaid kilometer team. Let's start with your full name. Who am I speaking to?
Okay, let's just hang up this. Okay, as you see, we got some data back. Let me just check. Okay, inbound call inbound, have the phone number and everything. This really disturbs me so much. Okay, man, I don't want to take break. So we have some data, as you can see. We have the from number, the person called, and this is what we are going to use to search the call history and see whether this person already exists in our database. So very simple, I'm gonna pin this data here, and now we are going to get some data from GoHighLevel. So I think we have GoHighLevel in this as well. That's why okay. Okay, it's named as a high level. Yeah. So what we want, get a slot in calendar, get get a contact. So we want to get a contact. Okay, let's do that. So okay, quickly I'm gonna set up the credentials and come back to the video. So I finished setting up my credentials for GoHighLevel. Now actually I showed you to click on get a contact, but no, we are going to get many contacts, because to get a contact we need to have contact ID. And if I show you this webhook, actually we are getting this data from retail. We are not getting this data from GoHighLevel, so we don't have access to the contact ID. Right, we print the data here. We have what we need. We need the from phone number. That's we are going to use to pinpoint our contact that we actually need. So get many contacts, make the limit to, I don't know, 5 or 10. Now we will add a filter. So this is query, and basically how I'm getting these things. If you go to uh, developers.gohighlevel.com, here, okay, here you will see documentation. If you click on it, it's redirecting. Yeah, if I search get contacts, so get contacts, that's what we need. You can see if you want to just create a HTTP request, you can even do so, but there is a way to connect it, like directly integrated. That's much easier. So that suits our use case. And now you can see for query we can send an example like John, right? So this is a contact query. So here we are sending name. So that means we can also send contact phone number. So here I will drag and drop the from phone number, right? So this should get us the particular contact that we want. So let's try to execute it, and that's how we will know. Execution. Okay, it succeeded. Let's see what we actually got here. Okay, as you can see, what's the phone number? Okay, as you can see, the phone number that we used, it pinpoint that, and it gave us, as you can also see, we have our value. It's custom field value, right? And this is, yeah, it is the same value that we have here inside our contacts. If I go over here, where is it? Okay, my name, you will be able to see we have everything. The phone number is the same. Where is the phone number? The phone number is the same. Yeah, the name, last name. And this is the main thing that we needed. We actually wanted the caller node, the AI node, sorry, the summary of the call. And we have the summary. This is what we are going to send back to retail. Now, how are we going to send it back? Very simple. That's the exact reason why we are actually using n8n. Now I'm gonna pin this data right here, and here we're gonna do response to webhook. And this is the reason why we are not using directly GoHighLevel, because you can say GoHighLevel has automations and you can create all the automations inside of GoHighLevel, right? But the problem inside GoHighLevel is it doesn't have something to respond back to a webhook. For that small thing, we need to use n8n, because essentially, if you think about this, this is just increasing a lot of friction. Now, the webhook response is coming back to n8n, and then this node, GoHighLevel node, is getting the contact detail from GoHighLevel, and then we are responding. So there's some friction, but yeah, nonetheless, if it's necessary, then again, you're gonna have to have it. Now we want to send the detail back to Retell AI. So here we have configured this. We have already done this. Now if I go to the agent and if I open this one, let's see how we need to send the data back. So it says user name and user history. So that's what we are also going to use. So user name and user history. So if I go back to my n8n, here what we will do, we'll use JSON, because that's the simplest way to do it. And here what are we going to do? Yeah, respond to. Here you have to select how are you going to respond. You are going to respond to the webhook, so the same webhook. Now here we are gonna respond with JSON. So username, this value is actually going to be contact name will be this. Copy this, and we are going to paste it like so, comma. Now we want user history. Okay, and the user history is going to be this value right here, custom field, and we only need the value. So we'll get this and cut that, and here we have the value as well. If we send it back, let's just execute that. Okay guys, so this is like I was testing it and it wasn't working. That's why I paused the video, but yeah, this is then I reconfigured it and it's working. The reason why it's not working, so in the previous one, as you remember, we only had like these as JSON. We were sending these things as JSON, but they were not nested inside dynamic variable, and it didn't have like override agent ID and whatnot. So the problem was, this is why we always have to check the documentation. If you go here and click on learn more, the inbound call webhook documentation will open up, and you will see that this is the payload we are sending, but what's the response? It is sending this payload, and this is the response it's expecting. So I just copied this from here, went back to my init, everything will be the same. It will still be the respond with JSON, and I just pasted everything here, and I removed this where it says override agent version. We don't need it. I removed this metadata completely, and the only thing I added is in dynamic variable username and user history. How we get it from here, I already showed you how to get it when we had data here. Now what we are going to do is connect it, and now this will actually work. So to show you, and yeah, let's just make it make a call to the agent. As you can see, I'm just gonna copy this phone number, and I also made some little changes here. You can pause the video and see here. This is the only thing I've changed, maybe some changes here as well. Okay, this dynamic variable, just pause the video and copy those things. And here, if user history exists, then we need to go ahead in the script like this. This is a prompt for the AI assistant. We are just going to test it and call it a day, because now you have the understanding of how you can use an inbound webhook to get data from retail, and how you can send data to retail as well. This is actually like how we are sending data when you are going to trigger an outbound call from inside of an automation software or a CRM that provides automation like GoHighLevel. This is the exact structure you are going to follow. Obviously you are going to read the documentation. You will go here, you will go to API references, and you are going to read this documentation where it says create a phone call, and you will follow this. But you have a general understanding now how everything works from this entire guide. So let's just test this out. I'm gonna click on execute this. What we are testing, we already called the AI assistant. We saw that it's going through the questions very well. It's like taking the data, and it's actually creating a contact inside of the CRM from the calls data. This like contact didn't exist here. We are sending this data back from retail, and then we are also getting the summary. Now we set up this init automation so that if I have already called the AI agent, now the AI agent will know, it will have the data that okay, this person has already called. It will not repeat itself again and again. Rather, it will just start from where the things were left off. So that's what we are going to test, and this is going to be the last and final test. After this, the video is going to get over. I think we are already at 1 hour 30-minute mark or something like that. So yeah, let's just test this out. So I'm gonna go here, copy this phone number. I'm gonna call the AI assistant from here. Okay, 2 tabs open for the same thing.
One. Hi, Fahad. It's
Successful.
great to have you back on the line. Last time we were chatting about your driving plan for rideshare, and I was asking a few questions about your driving habits to get a better idea of your needs. Shall we pick up where we left off?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Righto, Fahad. So first up, how many days a week are you out on the road for rideshare?
I'm like 3 days a week out.
Got it, Fahad. And ballpark, how many kilometers do you reckon that would be on a busy week?
I don't know, maybe 1,000.
No worries, Fahad. Do you ever, have quieter weeks or take breaks?
Yeah, I do, definitely, for sure. Okay, goodbye.
Right. And what are you paying?
I don't want to bore you guys, but as you can see, it took off from where it uh, like where we left off in the previous conversation, and it took off from there, all thanks to this n8n workflow. As you can see, we got all the data, and if I just pin everything, and I want to show. So some people might get confused why it's like, is this the output, or what's the output here, right? And actually this is not the output, this is the input. I know it says output here, but this is the input. Let me show. We can enable output response branch, and now you can see we have input and we have response. Okay, I'm gonna have to run it once again, then it will show. uh, why not, let's run everything once again. um, so it was quite fun to see it do that. What the heck. Yeah, just clear execution. I'm just gonna run it one more time to show you guys what it is doing. I want to make the concepts clear, because then you will be able to build things that your client would need you to build.
One. Hi, Fahad. It's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hang up. As you can see, this is the input data that we got from GoHighLevel, and this is the output data. As you can see, we need to send the agent ID, we are sending the username, user history, and that's how it is getting everything done. And I hope you guys like this video, and this was quite a lengthy course, and I really hope if you watch it till the very end, and forgive my blabbering and whatnot, you will learn the basic core concepts of how to create a working AI voice agent, not the one that sounds good but actually works. With that said, Assalamualaikum. I'm gonna see you in the next one.